Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, unless of course you're new here, in which case, hi, hello. My name is Ashley, and welcome to my random little corner of the internet. As you can tell from today's title, we are doing my May TBR. I don't have a readathon to do this month, and so we are doing the TBR game. If you're new here and you've never seen my TBR game before, I've already put my cards out, so hold on, let me... This is my TBR game that I hand painted myself. It's just, but it's Secret Garden themed, and I love it. I'm obsessed. Easy peasy, we roll the dice, we move along the garden path. Each color stone represents a card, except for my black holes. That means I have to roll and move back so many spaces. Easy peasy, right? So, here we go. There are a couple of books, like every month, that I'm hoping that I can squeeze into a prompt. Like the, book for my sister story swap that I do with my sister every month. This month our prompt was a book, like, the author has to have the same initials as you. I dropped something and I don't know what I can't find it. Oh well. Hopefully it, wasn't a whole stack. I don't think it was a whole stack. I definitely would have found those. It wasn't. It was the bag that had the dice in it. So, we have our dice. We found those. Okay, this is already a hot mess. So, as I was saying, the prompt for this month for my sister story swap is, the author has the same initials as you. Legally, my initials are still AG because I haven't had any of my stuff changed legally. But my married name is AC. So I had two separate options that I could have given her, and that was, and I gave her the, I kind of, we wrap them and blind date them a little bit. I've been trying to kind of give her an item or some goodie that goes with it. Last month, was retellings, and I gave her Heartless by Marissa Meyer, and I gave her, I've designed a bookmark for every book that I've given her, and I might do a short, like, at the end of the year, maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. I'll try to create a video of, like, the different things that I've put with them. But, like, for Heartless, I gave her that. But then I also gave her, like, one of those strawberry shortcake, like, Twinkie things. Because, you know, she bakes in the book. It went. However, okay, so this month, again, we had AG and AC were my two options. And so I told her, do you want YA, Black Girl Magic, first in a trilogy based on African folklore, which would have been Beast of Prey by Ayanna Gray, or do you want adult, sapphic, friends to rivals to friends to lovers road trip? She chose that one, and that is Here We Go Again by Alison Cochran. And, so yeah, that's the book I gave her. Now, she has the same, obviously, our maiden names are the same, and her first name is Ariel, so she had AG, but then she's like, hey, can I say my last name is the same as her boyfriend's last name? They've been together for like 3 years now, 2.5 years, something like that. That could be totally wrong. I'm not sure when they got together. But anyways, so those initials are AM, and so she said that was a book that she'd been wanting to give me, and I have a strong feeling on what it is, because she said if I'm on Book Talk at all, and at first I was like, the only AM I know is A.K. Mulford or Allie Mulford, and I was like, don't give me those, I have all those. But then I started thinking about who she is as a person, and I am pretty certain that the book that she's going to give me is Lucky Ones, Lucky Choice, Lucky something. But by Anne Marie, this book right here, it's like by Anne Marie something, and it's a Travis and Taylor fanfic. Pretty certain, knowing as big as a Swiftie she is, that's going to be the book. But I'm going to wait to roll, and then at the end of rolling, like when I'm talking about my other books, I will insert what book she actually did give me. So yeah, all of that, I'm going to go ahead and start rolling. Alrighty, so we are going to do roll number 1. Ooh, so that's a big roll right off the bat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, which is a dark purple, which is what I like to call my mystery prompt. Like, there's just no, these are just random things. There's no, like, Alex is singing the song of his people in the living room. So there's no like real genre to this. All right, so we got new release for that one. That should be pretty easy on that. So the sun is definitely setting, and so hopefully I can get this done before it gets like super dark in here. It's, you know, it's fine. It fits the vibes. Okay, so first card, new release. It's pretty simple. I just opened my fairy loot for what ends up being March. Like, we get it so late in the month because it's shipping from the UK that it ends up being, like, it's my March fairy loot box that I got at the end of April. Anyway, but it works, and I'm super excited for it. I was going to use this for another prompt. Because, spoiler alert, I spin all of my spins first, and then I edit this like this. But I like it better like this. I was going to use it for another prompt, and then I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to use for new release. Or like what the definition of new release is. Like, do I want to be like, it has to release in the last 60 days, or could it just be like anything that released in 2025? Like, I went with, this is the newest book I acquired. That is also a new release. And I went with Where Shadows Meet by Patricia Caldwell. I am so excited for this. It is vampires, it's sapphic, it's like star-crossed over time, sacrifice. I don't know. It's a lot, and it sounds super awesome. And then this is the Fairy Loot edition, so we've got like this shiny, shimmery with like the printed edges and beautiful end papers, and just, I'm super excited for this. So new release, Where Shadows Meet, Patricia Caldwell. Alrighty, roll number 2 is a 2. Alright, so we've skipped right over the hole in the ground. So we have 1 and 2, which is a dark red. Yes, dark red. Oop. I just threw Mary off the table. Alright, there she is. It's a dark red, which actually is just red in general, which is an author card. Nope. I picked up multiple of them. I want to remake my cards. Alright, so this is going to be a new to me author, which honestly fits in with new releases, but I'm not going to try to double up on prompts, but this could fit a lot of things, so this is a good card. Okay, so for that prompt, we got new to me author. I am pretty certain, as I spoke about in the beginning, that the book that my sister chose, I'm like, by the time I post this, obviously I will have received it. So, what's going to happen now is I'm pretty certain that the book that she chose is a new to me author. I've never read anything by her. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Future Ashley. And if it's not somehow the book thinking and it's a book, an author I've already read, I doubt it. But if it's an author I've already read, we're still going to talk about what book she gave me, but we'll pick a different book. But I have a feeling that's what it is. So we're going to go to Future Ashley and put in what the book is for new to me author. All right, Past Ashley, you are correct. It is Lucky Charm by Anne Marie Meyer. Never read anything by Anne Marie Meyer, so this works for that prompt. And if you haven't seen anything about this on TikTok or anything like that, it is a book that is loosely Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce fanfic kind of situation going on. It's about a girl who moves to Tennessee to be a singer and a Super Bowl winning NFL receiver. So, like, it's very clearly Taylor Travis. So, I've seen it on TikTok. It looks cute. It should be good. Was I right? I don't know. I'm going to assume I was right. It just seems like the book that she's going to give me. I feel it. But anyways, so yeah. So that is my new to me author book. Alrighty. Roll number 3 is a 10. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is a dark brown. This is one where it matters. There's a dark brown, there's a light brown. So dark brown is a guest choice. Alrighty, it says Charlie pick. So my husband is going to pick the book for this prompt. I have a feeling more than likely it'll be the book that we read together every month. But we will see. Okay, so my third spin landed on a Charlie pick. So my thoughts was that he was just going to pick the book that we read together, but he did make a valid point that we don't like try to make sure that we finish those books within the month. Like we just start reading them. Right now we're reading the Magnus Chase books, and we still have quite a bit to go on the first book. I would say we're probably 3/4 of the way done, and so like obviously the second book, but we might not start it until like the second week of May and then not finish until halfway through June. So like he was like, well, how about I just pick another book for you? So I'm going to insert him searching for that book along with, Artemis commentary and Bluey in the background. Okay, so you can pick from anything on this shelf. I haven't read that. The bottom shelf down there or this stack right here.
I want to pick something.
No, I landed on Daddy Picks.
Why do you have 3 different copies of an ink card?
I don't. Those are all different books.
Oh, ink card, ink spell, ink check. Should make you read the heck and chonker.
Mommy.
Oh, yay. Okay. Okay, so as you can see from that clip, he did choose Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson. I'm so excited to finish this trilogy. It's not a trilogy anymore. I lied. There is another book after this, I believe. I think? Or there's like a short story collection or something like that. There's more to it, but I know that this is like, it was originally just these 3 books. I'm very excited to read this one. I told him that when he picked this one that I was like mentally trying to send him a message to either pick this one. I really wanted to try to get The Toll by Neil Shusterman on this one, because if you can see in the background, I haven't done my wrap up yet for April. Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman skyrocketed its way to the top of my like top reads for 2025. It's in my head, and it's been hard to try to read anything after that. Like I'm struggling to finish my books in April because I'm like, it was so good. It was so good. But so I was trying to like send him mental messages to either pick Cytonic so I could finish this one, or The Toll so I could finish that one, or Ministry of Time. But he picked this one. So, I mean, our mental link is great. So, yes, Charlie pick Brandon Sanderson's Cytonic. Okay, roll number 4 is a 5. Again, we literally missed the black hole by 1. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is another dark purple. And I said that was the browns is the only one that matters with the dark colors, but it's not. There's a light purple too. But dark color. Oh, okay. TikTok recommendation. These are always fun, because then I just scroll and I'm trying to find a book that I already own and I haven't read. So it does whittle it down quite a bit, but we will see. All right, for that next row, we got TikTok recommendation. And I don't know why I struggled so hard. I mean, it still is a struggle, but when I find books on TikTok that I'm like, hey, I want to read that, I do favorite them and put them in a file that says book recommendations. Don't ask me why the last 2 videos I didn't like check that file or check that tab, whatever. I don't know. So I did find one that I already own. I got it recently. I want to say, honestly, it was last month, 2 months ago. Oh, this says it came out in November, but I think I got it as an add-on in my book of the month, like last month or the month before. Recommended me by Meg's Tea Room. If you don't follow her on TikTok, you should. She's adorable. She is like, it's the cozy vibes. That's what she recommends a lot. And so the book that I've chosen for TikTok recommendation is The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. She says it's cozy, and it's cute, and it's magical, and it's fun, and I'm excited. It seems like it's going to be a fun read. So I am very excited for it. So yeah, TikTok recommendation. Go follow Meg's Tea Room. Alright, roll number 5 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Another dark purple. I put a lot because there's a big stack. A genre you don't usually read. I think I have one book on my shelf right now that is a book, like a genre. I think it's like a thriller. I'm not a huge thriller person. I don't know. We will look. Okay, so for this one, genre you don't usually read. I feel like I should take this one out. I don't know. I want to remake my cards to be, like, fancy. Like, have them printed so they're, like, better quality. But it's difficult for me to pick a genre I don't usually read out of the books that I already own. Because, obviously, I am picking books that I want to read. And it's more... And then, on top of that, because I'm trying to expand my... Like, I read everything. What I don't read is really just horror. Even I say, like, oh, I don't like to read smut. I will read the book. If it's well written, I will just skip the pages for smut. Like, they might not close the door, but I'm turning the page. So, it was more difficult to find this one. I think I am going to take it out for next time I play. Just because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I guess I could probably, like, look up horror books. I don't want to read horror. That is one thing. I can't skip pages in a horror because I don't know what's coming. You know, with smut, there's some buildup. You can tell what's going to be happening. I can't tell what's going to happen in a horror, and suddenly I'm having nightmares because I'm a big giant baby. I could do that and then, like, see what my library has. But instead I went with, this says this is a mystery thriller. It was a book I got as a door prize somewhere. It's called The Truants by Kate Weinberg. It says it's a mystery thriller. So, this is probably the only book on my shelf right now that isn't a book with, like, I've started reading more mysteries, because I really like to try to figure shit out. But I would still say it's probably one that I don't usually gravitate toward, because usually I read a lot more fantasy, or if you ask my Storygraph, apparently this year it's all romance, and that's weird because it's never my top genre. Apparently this year I'm just feeling a little more of the love. But anyway, for genre I don't usually read, this is a mystery thriller. It's called The Truants by Kate Weinberg. It's about a girl who starts a new school, and she's super excited to learn from this one teacher, and then shit just starts getting weird, and it's dark, and the secrets get out, and tragedy happens. Like, even the synopsis is pretty vague on what actually happens, so it's interesting. We'll see. Alrighty, roll number 6. This could very well be our last roll. If we land on a 3, that'll be a black hole. If we land on a 7, that'll be our final roll. 7 or higher, so we'll see. Alright, we got a 6. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is a dark purple. I'm going to reread a favorite. That is super simple. Alright, so then we got reread a favorite. Let's see. I really thought this was going to be an easy choice because, you know, I have my favorites. I have a whole shelf in my living room where all the books are that are my favorite books, and the only problem is that most of them are series. That's plural, series, right? Series and series. And I'm like, I don't want to start a new series. I mean, obviously not new. I know what the story is going to be, but I don't want to start a series. I don't think. I'm not in the mood for it. So I had to look at, and honestly, it was just time, again, I thought it was yearly reread, that I reread it every year. According to Storygraph, I have not. I've read it once in 2020 and once in 2023, and that's not correct. So something's going on with my Storygraph, and I have to check it out. But I did buy, I want to, like, have every single copy available of The Night Circus, like, every edition. But right now I just have the American, like, the US editions in hardback and paperback, but the hardback is new to me, so I'm going to break it open for this reread. It's shiny. It's got the shimmers. That's really the only thing that's super special about it, but I love it, and I'm excited. I might do the audiobook. I've never done the audiobook, and it's done, I want to say it's done by Jim Dale, which is just a silly, goofy, fun time. But, like, it's my favorite. This is my favorite book of all time. Getting very close to it is House of Frank, but I did just read that, like, not even a year ago yet, so I'm gonna wait. I might read it again in October for, like, its birthday, anniversary, whatever. But for my read a favorite for this month, it's gonna be The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. Every time I hear Morgenstern, this is a tangent, every time I hear Morgenstern, I don't know if you guys watched Girl Meets World, but there is a character in it named Ava Morgenstern, and every time that she comes in the room, she sings, like, her own little theme song, and she's like, it's Ava Morgenstern, and that's what I think every time I read Aaron's name. I know I'm weird. We don't actually have to roll for our final roll, because we are literally right here outside the garden. We get to the garden, and it's another dark purple, because that's just how I roll. I'm not sure if I want to change that. I might change it to where it's like a spinner wheel situation, but for this month, I haven't set anything up. We're just going to stick with it being a dark purple. And that card says an LGBTQIA plus read, and I think I have the perfect one for this. I just got it, and I'm excited. We'll see. Okay, and so for our final card, it is an LGBTQIA plus read. And I was, originally when I pulled that card, I was like, I'm going to read Where the Shadows Meet, but then I was having trouble figuring out, again, like I said, when I talked about that book, what really constituted as a new release, so I just made it easy, and I chose that for my new release, and therefore, I had to figure out what else that I hadn't already read, for this, and I went with The Bones Beneath My Skin by T.J. Klune. I am excited to read this. What's a little weird, is that one of the main characters, so we have, okay, so the main character's name is Nate, which is fine. I think Nate will be fine. My oldest's father's name is Nathan. I never called him Nate, ever. So we're good there. But the other man's name is Alex, which is my son's name, and then his daughter's name is Artemis, which is my daughter's name. So it's always weird when the characters in the story, I read another book. I forget what it was. Was it She Gets the Girl? I think it's She Gets the Girl. Where the characters' names were Natalie and Alex. Like they were romantically entangled. I'm like, it's weird. It's one of those like weird book ick thing. Not icks necessarily, but it kind of starts to turn you off when, you know, your children's names are the romantic relationships in a book. Even though, I mean, like, the amount of things that I've read with the name Charlie in it, and that's my husband's name, or, like, Natalie's a pretty common name, Alex is a really common name, because it's gender neutral, and so it does get difficult, but whatever, it'll be fine. I did fail to mention that her name is actually Artemis Darth Vader, because that's what she wants to be called, so it's fine. Honestly, if I let Artemis choose, she'd probably pick something silly like that as her middle name, but yeah, so LGBTQIA plus read The Bones Beneath My Skin. Alright, so that wraps it up. Let me get you the pretty stack. Oh. Alrighty, here is our pretty stack. Okay, fine. Jump off the stack. You're upside down, you're upside down. There we go. There we go. Oh, God. It's not that heavy. I'm just being weak. Alright, here we go. So, for LGBTQIA plus read, we have The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune. For reread a favorite, I have The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. For a genre I don't usually read, we have The Truants by Kate Weinberg. For a TikTok recommendation, we have The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. For a Charlie pick, we have Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson. For new release, we have Where Shadows Meet by Patricia Caldwell. And then for an author that is new to me, we have whatever my sister picked. I'm pretty certain I know what it is, but that is going to wrap us up here. Let me put this on the table and hope I don't shake you a whole lot. I kind of did. It's okay. What are you guys reading this month? Just let me know. Like, what are you most anticipated? What are you most excited about? That's the word I was looking for. What book are you most excited about reading this month? I am really excited about a lot of these. Like, as soon as I took Where the Shadows Meet out of the box, I got really excited about it, and I was hoping I'd be able to fit it on this TBR, so I'm glad I got a prompt for that. I'm excited to finish Titanic, or that series, and like it just, and of course the Night Circus is always just, I love it. I'm always worried though. Is anybody else worried that when they reread a favorite book that suddenly you will have changed completely and it's no longer your favorite book and you're like, why did I ever like this? I am so worried every time I pick this book up. I am so in love with it that I'm like, what if I changed too much? And then I get really sad. But then I still love it. And it's all good. It's all good. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. So drop whatever you're most excited about to read this month. Let me know in the comments below. If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. Just drop a circus tent in the comments, for the Night Circus. Drop a circus tent in the comments so that I know that you were here and you made it all the way to the end. And I'm super grateful that you did, because I just ramble a whole lot. and it gets a little weird. And I'm so grateful that you were here and that you watched the whole thing. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, as well as that big red subscribe button and the notification bell, so you're always notified every time that I upload. And until next time, bye!